How did Roman roads survive to this day? Roman roads are one of the most iconic legacies of the ancient world. You've probably seen the meme, a perfectly preserved Roman road over 2,000 years old, next to a cracked modern street. But how did these ancient roads survive for so long? And why are some of them still in use today? At their peak, the Romans built over 150,000 kilometers, about 93,000 miles, of paved roads. Yet the furthest distance across the empire rarely exceeded 5,000 kilometers. So this was an incredibly dense and well-connected network. Of course, other ancient civilizations built roads too. Babylonians, Greeks, Persians, the Chinese, and in the Americas, the Aztecs and the Inca. But only Rome achieved such massive scale and uniform quality. And the most surprising part isn't even that some of these roads still exist. It's that the Roman economy managed to support this enormous infrastructure project for centuries. One of the defining features of Roman roads was their straightness. If a hill stood in the way, it was leveled. If there was a valley, they built an embankment or a bridge. Aerial photos today often show a perfect Roman line on one side and a winding medieval road on the other. Here's how they built them. First, workers dug a trench 3 to 5 meters deep. Then, they laid multiple layers, compacted sand or soil, large stones, gravel, and finally, the nucleus, small stones mixed with lime mortar. On top came large paving stones or cobbles. The road surface was built slightly arched, allowing rainwater to run off into drainage ditches on either side. Not all Roman roads were paved with stone. That was reserved for the most important routes and urban approaches. Most Roman roads were well-compacted dirt tracks. So, is that all it took? Just layer some gravel, add a stone top, and boom, 2,000 years of durability? Of course not. Yes, Roman roads were exceptionally well-engineered, far ahead of their time. In fact, Europeans didn't build anything similar in scale or quality until the 18th century, during the Industrial Revolution. But the popular belief that Roman roads just stood untouched for 2,000 years is a myth. Even the best preserved roads were repaired constantly, in ancient times, in the Middle Ages, and again in modern times. Many roads didn't survive at all. Others were rebuilt entirely using newer methods. Let's be honest, no one rebuilds a road that's still working perfectly. If it was rebuilt, it was failing. And don't forget, ancient roads carried people, mules, and light carts, not multi-ton trucks. A Roman road under modern traffic would disintegrate fast. Yes, modern road building suffers from corruption, cost-cutting, and shortcuts. But pretending the Romans were immune to such issues would be naive. They had their own version of budget optimization. We just don't see those roads because they didn't last. This is a textbook case of survivorship bias. The only Roman roads we see today are the ones built well, with proper materials, good planning, and long-term upkeep. The bad ones are long gone. Still, the Roman road network was an incredible achievement, and the layout of Western Europe's modern transport system still mirrors the old Roman routes. If you enjoyed this story, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next episode.